CA has been refreshing the Lore of Magic's visuals for every update, and this time it is Lore of Heaven's turn, so let's have a look at what does the new Lore of Heavens look like. Starting with the casting animation, you can see the caster surrounded by converging energies of Azure when casting spells. Next we have the basic buff spell Harmonic Convergence. You can see the buff unit now has a blue aura surrounding them. Nothing too fancy, just enough for everyone to know that this unit is under the effects of magic. An interesting thing is that Harmonic Convergence now buffs reload skill, so you can actually use it on ranged troops as well. And then we have Wind Blast, a basic damaging AoE spell, and it looks a lot cooler now. Blue mist bursting through enemy formations and striking infantry down. Also got an interesting change with the Windstruck contact effect, slowing down enemies and making them a lot more vulnerable to being caught. The third one is Uranon's Thunderbolt, a high AP damage concentrated AoE spell. The lightning looks a lot cooler now, and from a different angle so we catch the lightning clouds as well. It's pretty cool, I like it. Next we have Curse of the Midnight Wind. This debuff spell doesn't have any effect changes, but the visuals look nicer now. Also similar particle effects to Harmonic Convergence. Now Comet of Cassandra, this is probably my favorite change in this visual refresh. Actually has a proper comet, no longer comes down vertically but from an angle. The spell really feels like a meteor being summoned on the battlefield, crashing into the earth, instead of the older version which felt more like a water ball being dropped on the ground. And here's another angle of the comet. On top of that, the comet also received the monstrous impact effect, significantly slowing down affected units. And of course, Chalice of Potion of the Fey Enchantress, it is basically a bound version of Comet of Cassandra, so it received the exact same changes. And finally, Chain Lightning. This one I'm a bit unsure. It's cool and all to have the blue particles like clouds, with lightning bursting out of it and all. Also cool scorch marks. But personally I prefer the old version a bit more. It had a simpler design and looked like a Tesla sphere ripping through the battlefield. But I guess the new design makes more sense with the visual refresh when everything else is appearing out of like a cloud of azure winds of magic. With this visual update, the Summoners of Rage, Regiment of Renowned Dragon Ogres, also had their Bound Chain Lightning updated. However, their lord, the Great Kolak Sun Eater, unfortunately his bound ability, the Lord of the Storm, is not exactly a copy of either of the lightning spell, so it is still using the old lightning effects. I guess it's just rough to be Kolak. That's the highlights for the Lore of Heaven updates coming in the Tides of Torment DLC. Which one do you like, and what are your thoughts about the new changes? Leave a comment down below and share your thoughts.